Hello YouTube. How do we start these? I don't know how we start these anymore. Hi. How are you doing? It's been 3 years, I think, since I last posted a video. My name is Katelyn Costello. I am a YA fantasy and science fiction novel writer, author. And I guess I'm coming back to YouTube in some sort of format, and this is my hello and reintroduction video, and just kind of telling you where I've been and what I've been up to and what I'm thinking of doing for the next few months to see how this works. Cool. Okay. I feel very awkward this morning. Can we just acknowledge? Yeah, we're both just gonna acknowledge that. We're just gonna. Okay. So, if you are new here finding me because of the TikTok ban, today I'm filming this on Sunday, January 19th. Everything feels a little weird. My TikTok now works, so I don't know what's happening there. Last night, I spent about 3 hours going through my 2 TikTok accounts and pulling all of my author related content. And now I've got, 300 some videos just sitting on my computer that I don't really know what to do with right now. And that's gonna be part of what we talk about today. So I am a young adult fantasy and science fiction author, and I also last year debuted a pen name for an adult romance name. So I'm gonna put the other YouTube account that I have up on the screen. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna split content. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you would like to see and like how you would like to see that split. Because I genuinely don't know how I'm going to go about doing this. But for right now, I'll put that name here. So if you are trying to remember who I am from TikTok, or you've maybe seen me on other places, I am the author of the Frituals Saga and Until All the Stars Are Found. So the Frituals Saga is a young adult fantasy series about a girl and her family named Shauna, who finds out she's able to control a form of elemental magic that has been dead for pretty much dead for about 200 years, and she finds out she has this magic and has to go on this quest to find other people that are like her, while also battling those that don't want her to have this magic. It is a multi-point of view story, and it follows her sisters, her sister, and the other people she meets along the way. And the 3 books in that are The Frituals, Rebellion, and Legacy, and I'm working on book 4. I also released a short story prequel novella called Beltane that takes place a few months before the course of the events of the Frituals Saga. That is only available via ebook, but it just gives you the opportunity to see all the characters interact before the events of the Frituals Saga when everybody is split up, and to see how those relationships were beforehand, and just get a more of a feel for Shauna's world at Cabanera Lake before the Dark Ones and everything happened. The other book series will be a series that I have that really got documented on here was Until All the Stars Are Found. Until All the Stars Are Found is a young adult science fiction novel. It's a little bit more upper, closer to adult, about a girl named Ada that joins a military organization to try to make a better life for her and her brother. We start her story as she finds out she's able to go for additional training in the Special Operations Division of the Galactic Garrison. You follow her as she goes through training, and she goes on missions with this group of different alien people from herself, and interactions with those alien races and what it is like. And it's just a fun gallivant around our galaxy. I'm also in the process of working on the second book for this. This is a little bit further than book 4 of the Frituals Saga, about 26K written word-wise in the second book to this. So those are all my young adult fiction books. You can see the chronicling of really all of them written in the past on my channel, so I'll probably do a few playlists. But the Frituals I wrote starting when I was like 13, and I rewrote it and edited it and published it a few months after I graduated college. This account originally started as a book review channel that slowly shifted into my writing. So you really see the vlogs where I was writing and editing the Frituals and Rebellion, because I had pre-written a lot of that work, and so it was really just editing it and calling it down. Legacy is where I started to fall off in terms of vlogging and writing the book here, and it was shown more on TikTok. Until the Stars Are Found was I want to say it's my first original work, but it's not original work. They're all original work to me. But it was the first one I wrote after college, really drafted, put everything into. It was a brand new story that hadn't been in my head for so long. And this one I was really, really proud of because of that, and that is all documented here on YouTube. And then the book that you know absolutely nothing about is Fear My Name. This is my adult romance. You'll see it's under KT Costello versus Katelyn Costello, because my YA, I have people as young as 6th graders reading it. This is an adult romance. It does have a few sexy scenes in it. So I kind of did like a V.E. Schwab, where it was like, you've got Victoria Schwab and you've got V.E. Schwab. They're the same person, but there's different branches of them. So Fear My Name is an adult second chance pirate romance. The main character's name is Aliana Rowley. She is the daughter of the pirate lord Carlos Rowley, also known as the Albatross. And 5 years ago, she was banished from his side due to breaking some of his rules, and he has to uphold the rules of the crew with everybody. So she and her brother were exiled for 5 years, left in a port to just figure out their life on their own. And then one day, someone shows up to bring them back to the Albatross, and it happens to be the man that she was exiled because of. And so it is forced proximity. It is a second chance romance as they try to figure out why she's being brought back, and he can't really tell her. He doesn't fully know. And they're in this forced proximity of will they, won't they, slow burn romance. For me, it hit all the feels. I've always wanted to write something about pirates, and really I was just waiting for the right characters to come along, and they came to me in early 2022. And this was published last fall in September. So yeah, I will put links to everything down below. If you are at all interested in picking up any of my books, I would appreciate it. But what are we going to do here? What is this going to look like? What can you expect from me? Right now, what I'm thinking of doing is 2 videos a month. That's about what I think that I can create. I had already kind of made notes for a welcome back, I'm coming back video back in December, but then had kind of gotten cold feet. And then everything with the TikTok ban, I've got to start here. Granted, I haven't touched it in 3 years, and I definitely have dropped off in subscribers, as one would. And I know everybody's going to be flocking here now because nobody wants to go over to meta-related apps. So what I had kind of outlined for myself earlier was to do 2 videos a month. One that is around what I'm doing for writing in that last month, like a little update of what I'm working on, what I think I'm going to work on in the next month, kind of just like a check-in, and maybe some vlog style content of like a day in my life throughout that time frame of working on those books. I really don't think I'm going to go back to any of the like weekly style vlogs or the day-to-day style vlogs that I had been doing. It's just not really realistic with my schedule currently. And I want to make sure I'm doing something consistent for you that you can expect regularly. The other thing that I think that I want to bring back is doing some book reviews. I don't know if they will be like roundups, or that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I think I'm going to do like monthly roundups of what I've been reading, what I liked about them. I'm not going to do the super in-depth reviews and critiques. That's just not my skill set. I know it's not. And I don't want to try to find things to talk about with the books. I just want to tell you if I liked them or not, and some of the like highlights about them. It doesn't have to be that serious. Hi. Would you like to say hi? No? Or yes? If you've been here for a while, we still have Miss Athena. I'm standing on a treadmill if you hear weird stepping noises. What do you think? That's who I'm talking to. It's myself. Do you think I'm crazy? Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe coming back and doing some more like book wrap-ups, maybe some book hauls here and there. Just talking about what I've been reading for the last month. So I would love to know if you'd like to see some different content from me. And I'm sure that'll change over the next couple months. But that's what I'm thinking for those right now. And then, like I said, I've got so many YouTube shorts that I'm not sure what I want to do with, because I've got the 2 brands, so I've got 2 channels, but I don't want to split like the long form content. So I'll probably start posting the 2 on different places. So I would appreciate if you'd still follow both, just because I do want to keep this brand separate, but like this part I'm not sure on. So maybe I'll talk about any adult fiction over there that I'm reading, and then any young adult I'll talk about here. I don't know, because that adds more videos and they might be shorter if I split them like that. So one of the big things for me that when I think back on this channel, like I think I hit 105 subscribers max at one point, so it wasn't a lot of people. I wasn't getting a ton of views, but for me this account was more like an accountability buddy. I had to sit down and I had to work on my writing, and I would film and I would put my phone in the corner so I couldn't touch my phone because it was recording me. Now I do that through like buddy streams on Twitch and YouTube and things like that, where I will have accountability buddies physically there talking to me. But maybe I'll come back with one of those like once a month where we do writing streams again, plan with me streams, those sorts of things. But that's more for me what this account is going to be, is accountability of like, okay, I am sticking to my goals, I am sticking to things, these are my checkpoints. You are my accountability buddy that I have to tell how I'm doing throughout the year. Because I hate deadlines. I'm terrible at fulfilling them. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Just looking at my notes. Yeah, what have I been up to? So in 2022, I participated in NaNoWriMo, and very loosely, it was a very weird month if you're following me on TikTok at that point. So in fall of 2022, I did not complete and get the 50K of Nano. And I didn't have an outline. I didn't really have a plan. I had a few scenes in my head, but it wasn't really concrete. So I've got about 30K words of that I have kind of nitpicked at, but I think that I really need to sit down and like do a deep dive back into book 1 and then into book 2 to outline it and go through it. I published the 3rd book in the Frituals Saga Legacy, just continuing that story. I do have a pretty good concept for this book. One of the reasons I think I want to bring the YouTube channel back for the accountability is also the fact that, and one of the reasons I want to bring back my YouTube channel for the accountability is, in all honesty, I am scared of book 4. and this series. It has been with me since I was 13. I am turning 29 this year, and I don't know if I'm fully ready to let it go. And so I think that's a big reason. Like, I can't figure out exactly how we are defeating the big bad and how to wrap it all up, but it needs to be wrapped up. It needs to be finished. And so I think that will be part of one of my goals for this year, is at least picking one of these 2 books. Also, my readers, like, you haven't had a new novel release since 2022. Yeah, since 2022. I had to do the math there. Since 2022. So, like, you're itching for a new book. And so we're gonna get that done. We're gonna figure it out. In 2023, I like fully shifted and I wrote Fear My Name and then edited it. There's so many. Worked on editing it last year and publishing it in September. This will have a sequel at some point. I am letting it sit for a little bit longer, but I do have 2 other works sort of in progress. I have something that I'm working on outlining and something that I wrote a very long time ago that I am just kind of combing through, re-editing and expanding and adding scenes into to make it an adult romance. I would like to be able to, I think, draft 2 books this year, which is lofty, but I'm going to have a lot of time over the summer months to, I say a lot of time, I might not have any time. In the next month till February, I want to work on outlines, and I want to pick one project, and I want that to be my outline project for my YA brand and one for my adult brand, to really dive in and figure out what's going to happen in these books and to rework them and get them ready to start to draft, then to pick something to draft. What I kind of was doing for the first portion of the year was spending about 30 minutes on a project, and that 30 minutes was all that I needed to do. If I had more in the tank for it, I would do more, and that was working for a while. I think I'm ready to like bump it up a little bit, but I want to make sure I keep a balance and I don't burn myself out. The other thing that I am doing that I would be remiss to mention is I also re-edited and republished the Frituals with a new cover. You can still get this cover as well, but I also did another one. It is here. I just don't have it in my stack. But I'm also in the process of going back through Rebellion. No shade to the person that I had at that point. I paid for what I got. She did more of a proofread than a real copy edit at that point, and it wasn't what it needed to be. So I'm just going through and I'm slowly working on re-editing this. Copies of this version are obviously still available, but this I would also like to have finished in the next couple months. Where can you find me? Right now, here on YouTube, I do still have my Instagram and my Facebook. I don't see that changing anytime soon, just because for me, those are where my larger platforms are. If that changes, maybe I will move away. But right now I have to stay where my people are. I'm already starting another thing. I also made a Blue Sky, so let me just link everything here. Also started a Blue Sky account, and I have a Threads. I don't know how I'm terrible about using them. They're like Twitter. I never used it, so I'm trying to make a conscious effort to do something there all the time. I did sign up for a Tome account today, so when that app releases at the end of the month, I will be there. I think that's what I got. This is 26 minutes long plus the blooper reels of me trying to get this set up, so I think this is enough footage. Hi, I'm back again. It's still the 19th. my TikTok now works, so I don't know what's happening there. I'm still gonna post this, I'm still gonna do this, just because I don't know what's happening, but I feel like I should come in and throw this addendum of like, TikTok kind of works. I had a video that, like, I went on Instagram and somebody was like, oh my god, I can get in, and I went in. And I had a video I posted a couple of years ago that was like, hey, do you want to post this again? And I was like, yeah, let's try it. And it worked. That's all I got. Sorry about my dishwasher. Yeah. Welcome back to my chaos streams. I hope you have a great day, and I don't know how to end this. I didn't know how to start it, and I don't know how to end it, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, and thanks for hanging out. Okay, bye. We've got this flowery planet. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stay. My neighbors are dropping things. Do I like this angle? I don't know, because my treadmill's in the way. Who saw me coming back to YouTube on your 2025 bingo card? I can't even talk yet this morning. Well, I like that a little bit more, but I'm gonna need to find my tripod. I don't even know where that is, guys. Okay. Still don't know where my glasses are.